Have you ever looked at a crypto coin and seen two completely different stories at the same time? Well, today we're diving into a real head-scratcher. We're looking at Origin LGNS, a single coin that's being called both a life-changing opportunity and a complete disaster waiting to happen. How is that even possible? Let's figure it out. Okay, just look at this. It's the perfect picture of confusion. On the one side, you've got these powerful AI models predicting the price could soar to over $77. That's the dream, right? But then you look at reality. The fear and greed index is at an 8. For context, that is deep into extreme fear. I mean, that's pretty much rock bottom for market sentiment. So this is the big question we need to answer. How can one thing be a golden ticket and a terrifying risk all at once? Is this some kind of misunderstood gem, or is it just a trap? To get to the bottom of this, we've got to look at both sides of the coin. And we're going to start with the promise. All right, let's start with the good stuff. This is the bull case. What exactly are the believers, the fans, and even the computer algorithm seeing that makes them think LGNS is about to go on an absolute moonshot? And here's where the hype really comes from. It's all about the long game. AI analysis is painting this incredible picture. We're talking triple-digit returns by 2026, and look out to 2030, a potential return of over 1,000%. This is the kind of stuff that fuels excitement and gets investors dreaming of huge wins. But it's not just about the price tag. It's the sheer ambition of the project. It calls itself a DeFi 3.0 protocol. That's like the next generation of finance. Their goal? To build a worldwide private payment system. You know, that's a massive, potentially world-changing idea, and it's a huge piece of the puzzle for why people are so optimistic. Okay, let's geek out for a minute on what makes it tick. This isn't just another stablecoin. It's a complex algorithmic system where, in theory, everyone is an issuer, and it's all supposed to be backed one-to-one by assets. This is the kind of innovative tech that gets the true believers really fired up about its revolutionary potential. But now, we have to flip that coin over. And for every exciting promise, it feels like there's a giant flashing red flag. So let's get real and look at the hard data that paints a much, much darker picture. And wow, this number right here says it all. The coin is down more than 94% from its all-time high of over $84. Let's be clear, that's not a dip. That is a catastrophic collapse. That 1,000% dream we just talked about, it's been a total nightmare for anyone who bought near the top. If you look at the technical charts for a glimmer of hope, well, you're not going to find it here. This is what traders call a wall of sells. Every single metric, from the super short-term trends to the long-term 200-day average, is screaming one thing and one thing only: sell. The momentum is just overwhelmingly negative. So yeah, the price is in the gutter and the charts look absolutely broken. But hey, sometimes that's a buying opportunity, right? Buy when there's blood in the streets? Well, that really depends on what's happening on a more fundamental level, with the actual code. And this is where things get really, really hairy. The smart contract, the very soul of the project, is unverified. That's kind of like buying a house without getting an inspection. It gets worse. The owner can literally change the code whenever they want. And to top it all off, there's no cap on the supply. They can create an infinite number of coins. That is a recipe for absolute disaster. So, how do we make sense of this? This huge, ambitious vision on one side, and these critical, terrifying flaws on the other? To understand that, we need to zoom out. We need to look at the bigger game being played in the crypto market, because it's not always about the coin itself. You gotta understand, the crypto market isn't some level playing field. It's more like a battlefield. And on that battlefield, there are these huge, powerful players. We call them whales, who can literally move markets and shape reality, often at the expense of everyday investors. So what exactly is a whale? Put simply, it's a person or a group with so much money and so much of a particular coin that they can manipulate the price whenever they want. Their goal isn't to support the project for the long term, it's all about making a profit for themselves. And these whales, they have a whole bag of tricks. The classic is the pump and dump. They hype up a coin, get everyone else to buy in and drive the price up, and then they sell all of their coins, crashing the price. They also do stop-loss hunting, which is a fancy way of saying they'll push the price down just enough to trigger everyone's automatic sell orders. Then there's spoofing, placing huge fake orders to trick people into thinking the price is about to move. And now let's bring this all back to LGNS. You see how it fits together? Those super optimistic AI predictions and that grand DeFi 3.0 story, that is perfect fuel for the pump. And all those fundamental risks, like the unverified code, make it incredibly easy for whales to create the devastating dump that we saw on the price chart. All of this leads to the ultimate dilemma for anyone trying to invest in this space. When you're staring at two stories that are complete opposites, what on earth are you supposed to trust? So you're left with a choice. On one side, you have the promise, the AI predictions, the world-changing vision, the potential for incredible returns. On the other side, you have the reality, unverified code, market manipulation, and extreme, stomach-churning risk. What do?
The crucial takeaway here is pretty simple, but it's everything. A real evaluation means you have to look past the hype. You have to ignore the noise. It means you have to dig into the fundamentals, the actual code, and you have to understand the market games that are being played.
So I'll leave you with this one final question to think about, not just for this coin, but for any crypto investment. When you're looking at an opportunity, are you analyzing the exciting story they're selling you? Or are you analyzing the code,